Did you get that resolution, trustee Ball? Did he get
Yes.
that resolution?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so,
And she was bouncing and cleaning up stuff around the house and dancing and doing all sorts of things that
So,
kind of put off and got herself wore out.
I just put one of these.
No. I like that. We got somebody coming to review one of the bathrooms, so it's more of a walk-in shower for her.
okay, so,
Step into the tub and all that sort of stuff. And, well, you can't possibly let them see the house looking badly,
you ready?
That's right.
so you gotta
Okay,
clean your house. even though-
welcome everybody. Today is Tuesday, February 15th. It is 7:03 PM, and we're going to start the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees. We'll stand and do the pledge of allegiance and get the meeting started. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'd like to have a moment of silence to honor the military, firefighters, road workers, and sheriff's deputies as they serve our community here and abroad. Thank you. Roll call, please, Ms. Edwards.
Trustee McLaughlin,
Present.
trustee Bennett,
Present.
trustee McGuire,
Okay, so, next thing on there is review and approval of prior meeting minutes. We have the meeting minutes printed up in a short version, outline version for the meeting of January 5th. It was a regular meeting. It was listed as a organizational meeting because it's the first meeting of the year, but it was a regular meeting. And then February 1st, we had a work session at 6 PM that we have the minutes done for. And then we also have the minutes done for the February 1st regular meeting. There was no second meeting in January, so that's why it's not on here. But I'd like to make a motion that we approve and accept the meeting minutes that have been spoken there, January, February.
A second.
Is that, you heard me, does that need a roll call vote? I do not remember, I know we got to sign it,
you
right?
gotta sign it, I don't think you gotta do a roll call, you just gotta sign
Okay.
it, meeting minutes. Remind me, refresh me, what happened in our second meeting, we didn't, it
Oh.
was canceled? Our second
Oh.
meeting, that was the one we do stand up here talking, and nobody showed up.
I had COVID, I wasn't here for the second meeting because I was sick.
And then Jim wasn't here, so
So
we
we
had,
show up,
so we
yes.
had, okay. I just wanted to be reminded what happened. I was here, but I just didn't remember. I had
Well,
to-
if you guys actually show up, I thought Jim canceled the meeting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something.
Well, we.
No, we came.
We can.
We were gonna have the meeting, but we didn't get the notice from Jim until the last minute.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't have a printed copy, can we sign your copy?
Oh,
We get this on the back page, it should be a place everybody signs, and the date, we have to sign that.
When you did you have some, changes in yours? Did you see any changes?
on the,
When you did?
I didn't see
Because
it.
I saw you.
From the initial.
Hmm?
That's all, you're This is your version, it's been
Oh,
redone.
did you redo it? I didn't
Yes.
get the print out.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think you, Trustee McLaughlin, because you did an excellent job. There's
Well,
no
and
improvement.
Sheila knows that I had Tracy look over and correct my errors, not spelling and that stuff, and I'm terrible. Good thing there's spell check on Word. Terrible at that.
Okay, this is.
Jim makes
one.
comments, I can tell you wrote that.
I don't know why I just printed this away.
Oh, because I had to take it off.
It was on the, where was that, I seen it where it was open for you to be able to make changes on it.
Oh, I
That's what that is.
yeah,
That's all right.
yeah.
Still got the words in them, right?
We'll get it posted.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay.
Okay, so the next thing is you, Tracy. Next thing on the agenda is the physical officer report. Tracy, you have the floor.
Okay, so first I want to start off by saying that I got a lot of, I finally got 2021 closed out. I had to come up here on the weekend and because of the sonic wall problem. And be able to send everything to the state. And I meet our deadline, which is the end of this month. Else we would have been knocked, I would have been knocked out of the UAN. So 2021 closed out, the report's been submitted for the end of the year. I also posted it on in the newspaper that the financial report for 2021 are available. If you guys want me to, I can send you a copy of that report. It's just a budget report, but I think they're already posted on the website too.
Okay.
And so if you want to get them, they should be already posted on the website. So they're available every which way you want to get them. And
I can go on the way. I'm good on the website.
Okay. Now, as far as this year, I remember working off a temporary budget. So these reports I just handed you guys
Yes.
are just basically a reference to you guys get an idea of where we're at, what we spent so far. So we look at, real quick, if we look at, cash, not that, you can, but look at the budgeted versus appropriated, report. That shows you the different plans, of course, and it shows you, if the last column shows you there's no negative, that's a good thing.
Why is the workman's comp's got D on it, so we can't change it. We've already used 48% of it.
Which one are you looking at?
Oh, that's a fact, you're looking at, because 48% because of the purchase order written for that, for the whole year.
Oh, okay, I got you. Appropriate, okay, gotcha.
Which one are you looking at? I was just looking at this one.
I was, but
Oh,
he looked at
okay.
the appropriation sheet.
Okay.
Oh, no, I see where you're looking at. We paid the bill for the whole year, I'm sorry, we paid the bill for the whole year. So I went on and paid the whole bill because we get a discount and we had carryover, big carryover. Usually we weren't able to do that, but I went on and paid the bill for the whole year. That's why that says, it says year-to-date expenditure. That's what that column says, so I did pay the bill for the whole year, so we don't have to worry about paying it every month.
$3,051.11 for first time.
No, that was just out of the general fund, it says 48%. And that's the percentage out of the, and for the whole year, 48.139.
Oh, yeah, that's, I was looking at the same place, I was just looking at that.
Yeah, and that's only general fund, there's some out of each fund that goes up to the code. And I think it was somewhere around 28,000 that we pay workers' comp for the whole year.
Okay.
Sneak back in there.
Okay.
I had to do a true up for this year too. I had to do, what they call a true up for this year. We do them, they usually estimate each year. I had to do a true up, which means I have to give them the actual, what we actually, our employees actually made. And then that gives us then it gives us a difference of how much either we owe or they will pay us back and they will reduce our monthly pay. So I had to do that as well. Now, since I paid the whole year, if they come back and decide we owe more, then maybe some will have to owe at the end of the year, or vice versa. And maybe some that they give us credit. So that's why, that answers your question, I don't know what it's not. Okay, so now we're going to tell you about the budget versus appropriated. As you can see, the last column says variance, that means that we have, there's no negative there, so that means our, what we estimated for the appropriations is not exceeding our resources. Now, this includes a carryover. And these are actually our final numbers. So the first column is the carryover. The second column are POs that were written as a pay on this year. So actually the column, go ahead.
Does that carryover have anything to do with that being over 6 million issue we had? We talked about for payroll, I mean, that sets the payroll of the trustees. Does that carryover amount affect that?
So that's what I was gonna say, if you look at the actual amount, the actual amount once you, yes, it does. Yeah, because that's our budget, so that's wherever to spend this year. So if you look at that total estimated resources, these are just estimated. It says 6.1.
Okay, so if you could tell me that affects the budget for that $6 million number, how about if I take, and I know different departments do that, take money and put it in a capital fund. So I'm not spending that right now. I'm going to put X amount of dollars and put it in a fund for the rainy day or capital expenditures. Does that take it away? Does that take away from that $6 million then?
Don't we have that already?
But we have a capital fund, but we haven't put any money in it yet.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't answer that question. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really like to stay under that number. I don't need a pay raise. I just assume.
Well, and you don't have to take the pay raise either. You can write a resolution and say we won't take it. If everybody agrees.
Well,
But
I'm not here for the money, because believe me, the amount of time that I spend, my wife gives me all the time, the amount of time that I spend doing this job, it does not justify the check you get by any means.
Who you telling?
Less. But,
You preaching to the choir.
oh, she's, yeah.
Anyway,
There's things on the farm she wants done that she was a little irritated to see them.
you might want to ask that to the attorney or to the auditors.
Okay.
I can. If you want me to, I can do that, but.
Well, let's just see where we end up. We're not there yet, so let's see where we end up with the budget.
These
then
are
we'll
just
decide.
estimates, right? And we
Yeah.
have, this is just a temporary.
Right, okay.
Okay, so, other than that, I'm still working on some, there's still invoices out. I need to try to decide how we're gonna do them. You know, I know I probably need to give you the road and the fire needs to get the fire. There's some, I gotta decide how to do it. Like Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission, I probably need to send to you. But you're gonna have to get the decision of the trustees whether you guys wanna stay paying that.
Yes,
Because-
we do.
Because
We
of
can,
the.
we can use that for that land.
Because of the habits of the previous administration, whatever you want to say that, we had bills that, and I know we just had that with the bill we had to pay here just recently, but bills that didn't get paid in 2021 are now being paid in 2022. Does that affect that budget number?
Yes, it
Yes,
does.
okay.
It affects your budget and your appropriation. Because say, for instance, now the fire department's gonna have to increase what you temporarily put in there, they're probably gonna have to increase it a lot. Because it's come back to September, we hadn't even paid the bills, and so now you had to pay them this year.
The scheduled program hadn't been paid, and you had to pay that in 2022 for 2021. Okay.
Yeah. Ohio Cemetery Association, you want to stand that, I need you to get me back on. Did you get that from me? The Cemetery Association, I think it's.
How long did you send it to me? I mean,
A couple of
recently?
weeks, couple of weeks.
Oh, look,
But then
doesn't ring a bell.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send the ones, when I get finished cleaning up, I'm gonna send them all out again and say, these are the ones
Okay.
still need tonight, give me a response back.
Okay.
Well, I did receive the MBR PC, survey, but I'm gonna have to get with somebody on that, because that had to do with last year, and I
I don't even know how to figure that out, because I don't know who did it before, and I didn't get a copy.
I'll
That's
get,
the thing that I like to emphasize with you guys, you need to give me copies of stuff that you fill out, so that I can have it on record, so when I come back and say, well, do you have a copy, so we can know what we did the previous time? If I didn't get it, I can't have it, I need to have it. Besides being a fiscal officer, I also supposed to keep all the township records. So you guys gotta give me that information, if you expect me to give you something back.
I'll just get with MBRPC and see if they can help me through that.
And then once you get it, like I said, just give me a copy, because every year I have to fill out this unvalid thing for USDA for the building, it's horrible. And I keep copies of it, because every year, I don't know how to answer those questions. But I keep copies of it, and if you guys see me, you can go fit, you say, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So if I can keep the records of those things, once you guys send them out, just make sure you send me a copy. I filed, I got a hard disk drive that's 8 gig terabytes, that I save everything on.
You good then?
Done.
So I'll make a motion that we accept the physical officer's report and pay the checks, pay the bills, the vouchers, and rewards.
I'll second.
I guess I wasn't completely done. There's a lot of checks that need to get out, but please sign before you guys.
I just
get
signed
them out.
much more. I saw you in the winter, I signed some.
Put some more in there today? Oh,
And then there was some, did you already sign the ones that were in there? Or this is last week? Oh, we didn't, just sign them. Okay.
we didn't.
So it's gonna take you a minute to look at them.
Probably no more than the chunk like last
Yeah.
week.
Well,
It's about the same.
that all adds up, because I made comments back in, October and whatever. I didn't sign a check for several, we went a while without signing checks.
Right, so they're gonna add up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the next thing on the agenda is old business.
Roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Trustee McLaughlin,
Yes, sorry.
trustee Back.
Yes.
Physical officer report a second. Okay, old business is next. And the only thing I have on here is meeting etiquette. I talked about it in the work session, but just to reiterate shortly, we don't have the comments by citizens at the end of the meeting. If you residents have something you want to speak, we're talking about a resolution, we're talking about something, and you want to give 2 cents, just raise your hand. You have to state your name for the record, so we know who's talking,
Name and address.
and address. So, that's about it for that. Any other old business? Sheila, you want to talk, anything else in old business you want to talk about?
No, not for old business.
Okay. New business, I have posting of the needed jobs. I really like the idea that we're gonna have to have a special meeting. Today is Tuesday. Is there any way we can add that, post that, and add it to, no, that meeting's gonna be too long anyway, we can't do it Thursday. So we gotta do it Friday. I think we're gonna post the job for next week.
When is the 22nd? Tuesday. Let me check my calendar for it, because I have several meetings for IT companies tomorrow. And then the IT company tomorrow, and then the budget meeting Thursday. Because honestly, for the road department supervisor, we still gotta go over that and approve it before we can even post it. So even if we met, we're gonna have to wait until we approve it.
We can approve it in the meeting. We make a special meeting, we can approve it that night. Excuse me.
So you talking about, what, you say Friday?
Mhm.
Yeah. Friday's fine. After, this time,
Is this
can we
possible?
do 5? It's 5?
I can do 5.
Okay.
So, we will post a meeting, 5 o'clock Friday. I'm gonna word that, going over job descriptions and other needed materials, just so we have in case anything else comes up we need to talk about.
Sounds good.
Okay, so that takes care of that. Was there any other new businesses? You didn't have old business, any other new business people want to talk about?
New business, I was able to get in contact with 3 IT companies. We met one today. The gentleman sounded really good. I'm trying to put this in here before so we got that taken care of. I also got in contact with the Dayton Urban League, who was going to help us with some of the matching up some people to go with the job postings that we have. And I also got in contact with the Montgomery County for the job posting with them. What is that? Who's this job? The county. I cannot even think of the name of it.
What's it for?
Where they post jobs.
Was it?
Employment services?
Yes, but it's another name. Yeah. It's another name, but I got in contact with them, and there is, if we want to post a job on their website, it's free of charge. We just have to get them the detailed job descriptions, and set up an account. And they're able to match whatever job we're looking for with whatever resumes they have on them. So,
Okay.
that's working out, as well. And that's pretty much about it.
Now, these people get a, how do they get paid? So a lot of times when you use temporary services, you got paid them a fee for every hour the person works for several months or something like that. Like,
This is not a temporary service. One of them is the Dayton Urban League, and, the
there's
other
no
one.
fees.
There's no fee. No, we don't have to
Great,
pay them.
okay.
They do the same thing, they match resumes with the job description. That's why it's kind of imperative that we, get the job descriptions out. And those were, the questions I asked about whether those were salary or hourly, were questions that, the young lady called me this evening and, asked me those questions.
Okay. Well, we'll make that decision Friday evening, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Her name is Crystal Allen, yes.
Well, good, good. Any more new business? Tracy, do you have anything?
No.
Okay, resolutions for consideration then.
Is it the workforce portal?
Yes, thank you.
Right, and it's Miami Valley, it left Dayton, the urban league.
Well, yeah, it's 2 different things, the workforce and the monument urban.
And so this portal right here is where they're gonna post on that.
Yeah, we'll be posting it there and on our website. So if you're interested. I mean, we have quite a few that's out there. So you said resolutions?
Yeah. 22-018.
I'm sorry, what number is it?
18.
Okay, resolution number 22-018. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees do hereby rescind Resolution 21078 and desire to screen all promotions made within the fire department after November 1st of 2021 through an employee evaluation process with said promotions. I'm going to read a little bit of it. Whereas the Jefferson Township trustees are working diligently to maintain a high quality of staffing and desire to provide adequate management of the fire and emergency medical services that are delivered to the citizens and to the community. Whereas it is in the best interest of the township and its residents that the fire and EMS operations have a strong management structure and a system that clearly defines the chain of command. Whereas the Jefferson Township Board of Trustees desire to have a structure within the command of the fire department and EMS so that all promotions have been approved by the Board of Trustees. Whereas the Board of Trustees desire to have the posted job descriptions and necessary qualifications followed in all promotions brought before the Board of Trustees. Whereas the Jefferson Township Board of Trustees desire to have all promotions approved by a 3-person board consisting of the fire chief, the assistant fire chief, and the trustee over the fire department before any said promotion is presented to the Board of Trustees for final approval. Whereas the Jefferson Township Board of Trustees desire to have all promotions made after November 1st, 2021 by the passage of Resolution 20078 go through an employee evaluation and qualification verification for said promotion in front of the 3-person board stated above for final approval by the Board of Trustees. I'll make a motion that we adopt Resolution 22-018.
A second.
Any questions? Roll call, please. Tracy?
Trustee McLaughlin,
Yes.
trustee Bat.
Yes.
Thank you.
The next resolution on the one is, what number? That was 18, right, Sue?
19.
Resolution 22-019. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees do hereby rescind Resolution 21092. Whereas the Jefferson Township Board of Trustees are willing to maintain a high quality of staffing in the road department to deliver the needed services to the citizens and community. Whereas in the best interest of the township and its residents, that the road department have a strong management structure and a system that clearly defines the chain of command. Whereas in the resolution 21092 has several issues that Jefferson Township Board of Trustees desire to correct, which are: neither Jason Henry nor his brother Jeremy Henry are employed within Jefferson Township at the present time. Kyle Humphreys is the brother of Kevin Humphreys, who is employed also in the road department, which causes an issue with nepotism statement in our employee handbook. Kevin Humphreys has given notice to the township, and he's taking on another job and leaving his employment with Jefferson Township. Russell Gibson is classified as a permanent, part-time road worker 1, which is not defined in the township employee handbook. Russell Gibson's classification needs to be changed to part-time road worker 1, basically taking away the word permanent. Tony McKee has been released to return to work, but no longer wishes to be employed by Jefferson Township, and Tony is mailing his resignation letter to the office. So whereas the Jefferson Township Board of Trustees desire to post a job for the road department supervisor and a part-time code enforcement officer. I'd like a motion that we accept resolution 22-019.
A second.
I have a comment.
Questions or comments, please?
Jason Henry went from full-time to part-time, I thought. I didn't know he was no longer employed. I went from full-time to part-time.
No, you quit. Because I actually gave him,
Did we do a resolution that say he resigned? You need to have a resolution to say he quit, because the last thing I
okay,
saw.
it might not be in paper then, because I've had communication with him, actually had another, I returned job interview with him. And I spoke with him,
Jay?
Employment issues.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Just
Thank
a month.
Okay,
Jason Henry?
yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee.
Ms. Mack.
Oh,
I mean, Sheila, I'll get it right. I'll get it right, Tracy.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Trustee Bat?
yes.
Sorry. Okay, so now we have.
Now, hold on.
Yeah, I am.
One resolution? Chief, did you have one resolution other than that one with the 3 people? 3 people. But that was the only one.
Okay,
Thank you.
the next resolution, resolution number 22-020. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees accept the resignation of 3 firefighters /EMTs from the Jefferson Township Fire Department. Ashley Brooks, Timothy Reesner, and Adam Tosh.
You have to fill, you have to fill that out, 'cause I don't have a copy of that.
Okay,
Is that the one I gave you?
yes.
Okay. You want to sign it?
Yes. We haven't voted on it.
Oh, okay.
I'll make a motion that we accept, I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 22-020.
A second.
Roll call, please. Ms. Edwards.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Trustee Bat?
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin, if I could, I just wanted to point out, they all left on good terms. It's just simply family and other job commitments was a
Thank you,
conflict.
appreciate that. Okay.